Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Starblast Studios back at it again with another video, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for today. So, the Super Saiyan Blue Vegetto had actually recently come out from Tamashii Nations, and I figured why not go and do something that I've actually thought about every single time that a figure from SH Figure Arts, or any just figure in general, has been released, and I thought, let's do an analysis. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, it's basically going over the entire figure, what I expect based off of the images that I see, with the actual images, what I can expect, and, you know, in terms of, like, articulation and the sculpting and whatnot, how the figure is going to perform in hand, and what other things you can possibly expect from the figure. And today, I decided to start this off with a special guest on the channel. This is a guy that's, like, known for being the embodiment of the most creepy of the two things in Dragon Ball that should not be combined together, but they are. Please welcome Mr. Bropo.
What's going on, guys? Mr. Bropo here, and thankfully for you guys, I am not the actual Mr. Bropo, so I'm not here to murder your children, but I am here to talk about this figure with Starblast Studios.
So to tell you guys how this video is going to work, we are going to go over, like, pretty much everything you know, everything that you we're going to go over everything that you know based off of everything in the profile photos, and it is sort of like a discussion, but also making it obvious what is going to happen, what is going to come out on the figure. So anyways, let's get into the first thing.
Alright, so basically, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this thing, and when we take a look at this thing, basically, most of this is looking like a reuse of the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. Obviously, we have the 2.0 legs and the upper body. Looking like some new arms to go along with this figure, and probably the boots too. Those are probably new, and probably the head sculpt. But everything else looks like a repaint of that Goku.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like they only did that specifically just to make theirs just a little bit more, you know, different from the Demonical Fit, which is just going to show just how much of a rivalry and presence that Demonical Fit has within the figure line to go up against Tamashii Nations and take away a lot of their, you know, of sales and whatnot. I feel like if Demonical Fit did not come out, you would have had a Vegetto in the actual in this. You would have had a Vegetto that's basically with a upper body portion of the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which also was transferred to Super Saiyan God, and then the Super Saiyan Blue Goku. You can just tell we only say Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku because the upper shirt piece, like the undershirt showing part, is like sculpted to look more like that up on the torso. But you know, obviously the legs, you know, are the same like throughout those things. One of the things that I find really interesting, though, is the hair. Now, I cannot say 100% for certainty right now because of just the nature of these profile photos. These product images. What do you call these? Promo images.
Yeah.
My gosh, I cannot like the promo images, like with the way that a lot of them are. I've been looking at it from the side. So when the first image came out of Vegetto, of him charging this final Kamehameha accessory piece, which we will get into in a little bit, I looked at the hair and I noticed that he looked like he had a very similar mechanism to the way that you interchange the faces with Gogeta. And then I realized, wait a second, the back portion of the hair, not the hair that comes on the actual face, which you disconnect and connect onto. It's the hair specifically that looks like it could be very similar to Gogeta's. Now, in that specific shot, I actually took my own photo of Gogeta to try to put it in that shot, and it does look strangely accurate. Now, the only difference here between the hair on this one and the one on Gogeta is that they seem to have added in some sculpted lines on there. It is really strange, though, because you look at the hair from other angles, it looks completely different. So, I don't know. It is really It is a little bit interesting. It could just be the front piece of the hair that's throwing it off and really making it look like a new hair sculpt. But at the same time, it's sort of a reused hair sculpt, but at the same time, not really, if that is actually the case. And it's one of the weirdest things that I've seen on a Figure Arts figure. But I think that pretty much, you know, goes over, like, the parts usage. Oh, and I guess for another part, I mean, would that be I don't know if that would be, you know, an accessory, but you are getting a final Kamehameha to go with this Vegetto, something that's completely new, and also seems to be reusing some of the aspect parts of the Frieza Death Ball effect. I could be wrong on that, but I mean, come on, you look at that blue energy thing. You have the spikes that comes off just like Frieza's Death Ball with that figurine. So that is something to be expected with when looking at it. It's not just to make it clear, guys. This is just an analysis. It's not 100% confirmation, but it's more of what to expect with the figure. Yeah, actually, I just noticed this when looking at this. I'm fairly certain they might have reused the actual earrings that came on the old Super Saiyan Blue 1.0 Vegetto that was an exclusive. If you look at that, they look incredibly similar. So that might be something that they reused right there. Don't know for sure, though. So we'd have to wait till we got it, more images of it, and we got it in hand. But yeah. If you have a Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan Blue Goku or the Saiyan Rays on Earth Goku, you can pretty much expect the articulation on those to be pretty much around the same, with the way that the arms are going to move and the legs and the torso and everything. It's just like the poses right here that you can get that Goku into you're pretty much getting the exact same amount of range. Unless they go and do some sort of like newer ball peg sort of style with the head, which I highly doubt, because why would they... well, I mean, maybe they probably would do that just to make theirs even more so different from Demonical Fit, which Tamashii Nations is a bunch of petty people if they actually go and decide to do that. But
yeah, I mean, exactly right. I mean, if you have like a 2.0 Goku of any kind, like at all, this is probably going to be like, what's expected. And like you were saying, like the only thing really that is kind of up for speculation is probably the head and maybe the wrists and the ankles, if they're gonna do ball hinges or if they're gonna do like double ball pegs. And the only reason I really say that is because they've recently started to do that a little bit more often. Like with the Jiren, like the wrists were double ball pegs, and he had like ball hinges for the ankles, kind of like some other figures have before, and same with, he had this
like Marvel Legends.
Right. They're more similar. Instead of having like just two little tiny ball pegs or one little tiny ball peg, they have more hinged ball pegs that allow for a little bit more range. So they might end up doing that, like basically just switching the way that they usually go about, like usually like the older like Vegetto had like the two little ball pegs that the ankle barely let it move, and the ball pegs that were not the ball pegs but the hinged ball pegs that we're used to on most of our figure arts. But maybe they'll like pull something different and change it. The wrists will be double ball pegs, and then the ankles will be different, as well as the head. The head is definitely up for speculation too, but that's all I was gonna add.
Now, there's this new subscription that Bandai had put out recently. It's called Bandai Premium, and apparently, like, this figure is going to be involved. And I'm not completely sure how this thing is going to work, because Bandai Premium is just, the way that they have the site is so weird right now. It seems to me like he's going to be available on this website to be able to, like, purchase. He's going to be an exclusive off this site, but... basically, for the price range, you are pretty much I'm expecting this to be $60 to $70. So that is what anywhere beyond $60 $65 is going to be way too much. It, like, especially since the thing is reused parts. I haven't even seen Vegeta figures come out for that much. So that just goes to show to you that, like, they will, unless like I said, unless they make it like, exclusive pricing, it's not gonna go too far.
Yeah, the premium Bandai thing is a little bit weird. Like, I'm not sure. I think it's just gonna be an exclusive. I know it was really confusing, the little statement they put on their Instagram. A lot of people were very confused about that. From what I could tell, and from what I saw and what I gathered from their website, because I took a look at their website, it seems as if though you just subscribe. It's like a email subscription, so it's nothing too crazy. It's not like you're gonna have to pay like like $20 or something, and then you have to pay for Vegetto too. Like, that'd be pretty messed up, honestly. But I think it's just a new like website for them to sell stuff, which is a little bit weird and seems almost a little out of place, because I looked at their current listings for things, and all I see is clothing. that's like based upon anime and different things like that. So I don't know how that's going to work out. They're probably going to get more figures in stock later on down the line. And I think the sweepstakes is for the Bulma, the new Bulma that came out from Dragon Ball. I think
the merged Zamasu and the Broly.
Yeah, yes,
Broly.
yes. Right. So I think that's how that's supposed to work. But it was a little bit confusing how they released all that. But I think that's how that's supposed to go down. And yeah, I agree. $50 or so. I saw a couple people speculating, a couple people saying they had leaked prices about how it was like 50 something here or there. But I mean, I don't know. I didn't really see anything that was like super reliable. I guess it wasn't like a concrete source that was like, yep, this is definitely going to be this price or whatever. But from those prices, which is mainly just speculation, like how we're doing, 50-ish dollar, like 50 to 60, anywhere from like 50, 55, something like that, is about how much we're going to expect to have to pay for him.
Now, obviously, one of the things that for accessories that we have right now is the smirking face. I feel like another thing we can expect with the we got a smirking face. We also have a screaming and looking off to the left face, and I think we can expect a stern face. But honestly, I hate it when they do screaming faces and then they just have them look off to the right. But I understand why they do that. But man, it just limits the amount of posability you can do with it, in my opinion. The more variety, it's honestly a waste of that. But like,
I kind of agree in a way. Like, it does limit the posability. It's cool for certain poses, but I'll say this: like, if they're gonna include that, it'd be nice to at least include another one that's looking straight ahead.
And now, in terms of other stuff that I would prefer to have on there, like, but if I were to pick between the base form of Vegetto and the Super Saiyan, I'd honestly have to just pick a base form, because if you're gonna go Super Saiyan Blue with the Vegetto figure, you should go with everything sort of being like that. As unique as it would be to have the Super Saiyan and stuff, and for it to be like a proper Super Saiyan sort of like Vegetto to go with everything, I think just a regular base form, like with updated faces and stuff like that, to kind of combat that would be a whole lot better. And it makes sense because Vegetto as a Super Saiyan Blue did not appear anywhere in the Dragon Ball Super, in Dragon Ball Super at all.
Right.
Yeah, it would. I think that would be better. If they wanted to do a Buu Saga sort of thing, they could always include that later. So technically, guys, this is one thing that people are saying. Oh, Demonical, they're just copying Demonical, and yeah, they are doing that. But at the same time, you gotta. There's still reason to have the Demonical Fit figure, because the Super Saiyan head on Demonical Fit is still its own sort of thing, and we don't have a better Super Saiyan Vegetto than the one we got out right now. So Demonical Fit still stands for its own Super Saiyan, and
right.
SH Figuarts stands for Super Saiyan Blue. We have variety. You still have reason to pick up the Demonical Fit.
Basically, you have a point there where the Demonical Fit is like very like unique in a way where, like, if they don't, let's say they don't include a Super Saiyan head, which I don't think they will. I think you're right. I think they're gonna just go with the base head, if anything. It makes sense to do that because it makes sense to get the Demonical Fit one, because like that is such a better head sculpt for Super Saiyan Vegetto than the original Super Saiyan head. I'm not gonna lie, I have that figure and it's not the best. I mean, it's all right, but it looks a little bit off. I think the base head on that figure is a lot better than the Super Saiyan head. So getting an updated one in the Demonical Fit version is probably the way to go if Tamashii doesn't go ahead and include one, which like you were saying, I don't think they will, because it's this one is probably, this is more Dragon Ball Super than Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, so it's just like that old Vegetto, just basically great for its time, but just now it's a little bit outdated. And yeah, now if we were to talk about some other stuff that could come possibly with the figure, one of the things that are very much possible would be for them to go and reuse the mold, reuse like the older accessories and make a new like spirit sword sort of accessory. But honestly, I've seen that thing used so many times, I really would not like them to go and do that anymore. If you ask me, I would like them to Actually, I don't know what to include at that point. If you're not even going to include a spirit sword for Vegetto, so you might be getting another one of those in like with the figure, if anything, because they're gonna have to do something to sort of at this point make the figure worth all of the accessories and stuff, which is not too bad, but like at the same time, you gotta. Yeah. When you're using all of these different molds, you just sort of have to do that, unless you got another Majin Vegeta sort of situation right now. But considering that Demonical Fit is being this sort of like combatant against them to challenge them for figurines, they're gonna have to do something to more entice you to go and give you their money.
Yeah, I think that if you asked me, like, it would be pretty cool to, since we're getting the charged up final Kamehameha, it'd be cool to get the beam effect, because I feel like we haven't gotten a beam effect in a little while, at least a decent sized one. I forget the last one. It probably was probably the Kid Krillin, maybe, with the Kamehameha effect, if I'm not mistaken.
That's it. That's the one. That's the last one we've ever gotten.
So, and I know that's recent.
It was the event exclusive Gohan, but like
you're right.
Stuff, but that was it. That's an event exclusive. I don't even know if we count that.
Yeah, and either way, like, what did that come with again? Like, exactly, I forget.
What come with again?
The event exclusive Gohan, the beam effect.
Oh yeah, it was just the same, like. It was just a more bluer beam effect than the other one was. It was just the same resculpt.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that little thing. Exactly. That and the Kamehameha that Krillin came with, like, those are cool. Like, the Krillin one makes sense because they're kids. Their Kamehamehas are not going to be, like, giant. But it's been a while since we've gotten a pretty good, like, special effect part. So it'd be cool if we got like a Kamehameha beam with like the electricity around it, like how we have the charging effect. I think that would be pretty neat. But I don't know. They're probably gonna include that spirit sword. So I don't know if that's asking for a little too much. So I have no idea though.
Like, if anything, make it an aura. Like, Tamashii Nations has been pretty good with aura effects nowadays. Like, just go ahead and include it with your figure and stop being so stubborn with it. They know damn well. Like, I go on Big Bad Toy Store. I see these things being on sale because no one is going to spend $10 for a piece of plastic to just display there with your figure. Include it with the figure. And make it your special like sort of thing to include with the figures, and you got yourself something better, some more use right there. You're not having everything wasted. You have more reason for your customers to go and buy stuff. So that's pretty much our personal desires with the figure. I don't mean to make this video too long, but I want to thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end, and just getting everything sorted out right now, with everything, with the accessories and whatnot. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys notice anything regarding the Vegetto with the promo images, leave your comment down in the comment section down below and let us know what you may have noticed. That's something that we may have missed. Bropo, do you want to add anything?
No, just not really. Just I think this is gonna be a pretty cool figure. I feel like they're gonna do something pretty special with it. I don't know. I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty cool. But anyways, besides that, thank you guys so much for checking out my boy Star Blast. If you don't mind checking me out for more figure reviews and stop motions and stuff like that, I'd really appreciate that. And you guys are awesome. And click that like, because Star Blast wants those likes, so you better like it or else.
Yeah, guys, definitely go check out Bropo. I love the way he does his videos and stuff. He has the really nice amount of passion and stuff. I'm not gonna go for too long about why Bropo's channel is great, but thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Star Blast Studios, Mr. Bropo, and see you guys in the comment section. Until then.